Hello guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. So today I'll be doing another market outlook video. So starting off with pound USD, this is the daily chart, daily time frame. So from the outlook I gave last week, we talked about uh, getting some kind of bullish pullback because we know that the structure on the daily time frame is bearish. Like we've been bearish for like a very long time. I think that's for more than a year now. So we just want to continue that bearish trend. We'll try to focus some kind of reversal or something like that. We just need to like focus on what the market is doing at the moment. So currently we have our range here. These are range, our trading range high, and then this our low. So we are kind of like trading within this high here and this low down here. So we've had this break construction here. On my last video, I talked about all this price action here, but let's talk about them a little bit. So we had this break construction here, and price is in a push phase. So when we have breaks of structure and price being in some kind of push phase, we want to get some kind of pullback before we continue that bearish structure. So and since price is somewhere down here, before we can start looking for some kind of pullback trade, we need to see the lower time frames, that is the 4 hour, the 15 minutes. We need to see them start forming some kind of bullish market structure. Then we can know for sure that the daily time frame might be pulling back. So here on the daily time frame, it looks as if the pullback has already started because we have this shift in order flow here. We have this to be some kind of high here, and price broke above the high on Friday. So we have some kind of bullish shifts in the order flow. That's on daily. And when we have ranges like this, like this shifts in order flow is just like a demand range. Let me say we have something like this, and then price pushes up to break above this high. Means we were initially bearish, and then price pushes up to break above this high. We can see that we've had a shift in order flow, and this range down here is our new demand range, and we want to see price pull back, respect that demand range, and then continue upwards. So that's how we'll be looking at this price action here on the daily time frame. So going over to the 4 hour time frame, I think it will be a lot clearer on the 4 hour time frame. So over here on the 4 hour time frame, we had bearish market structure. That's from when the daily time frame was pushing down. Like on the daily time frame, we have this to be some kind of a single push down. And then on the 4 hour, we have bearish market structure. That's price making lower highs and lower lows. There's some kind of, so this is like our break of structure here. This. So so we had this to be this that daily shifts in order for this was the daily high. So this was the daily daily high. So this that daily shifts in order flow. And we want to see price pull back into this range and then maybe continue up. So let me quickly go back to the daily time frame. So here on the daily time frame, let me say since we are looking for some kind of pullback, so we want to see price pull back to maybe this range. So this is like the first zone we'll be looking into, this particular range here, or maybe this engulfs candle here. It's more like refined, and then I have like say a more refined zone within this one. So this is like just entirely this range. Then you can look for some kind of refinement or wait for some kind of, let's say, lower time frame alignment with the higher time frame, stuff like that. So this is the first zone we're looking at. And then another zone we want to pay attention to is this range here, this whole range here. So we have, let's say, this refined one somewhere here, and we think we can have like multiple zones within the zone, but it's important to like have this as the entire range. Then we can just study the reactions that we get. That's if price should pull back into any of these range, we just watch the price action within the range and see if we can take a sell directly from the range, or we need to like wait for some kind of confirmations. And then you can also say that this is like the whole supply range that's based off of the daily time frame. That's like this the whole supply range. So we just want to see price pull back to anything within this range. So we are not trying to set limits off of all these supply zones here. We just study price and see the kind of reaction or the kind of price action it forms whenever it gets into this range, and then we can then take that sell whenever price presents the opportunity for us, and then just take the sell from there. So going back to the um, going back to the 4 hour time frame. So here on the 4 hour time frame, we know that we've had our break construction here. So these are break construction here. And then, sorry, let me quickly go back to this time frame. I need to just talk about something. So here, oh my God. So here we have this engulfed candle here, this engulfed bearish candle here. So we also want to pay attention to this particular candle, because price will just pull back just maybe to the open of the candle and then continue up. So that's why I have like this. That's true. So that's why I have like this horizontal line here, just mapping out the open of the candle. This is the opening price of the candle. So price can as well just push down into the open of the candle and then continue up. So that's just what I wanted to talk about on the daily time frame. So here on the 4 hour time frame, we have a break in market structure. And when we have a break like this in market structure, we want to see some kind of pullback, and then we can look for the continuation. So whenever price pulls back, we don't know if price is going to like just continue on from here, or if it's going to pull back deeper. So we just wait and see how everything develops. That's going into London session, that's Monday morning, New York session, or maybe even Tuesday. See how everything forms. But we want to see some kind of pullback, and then we can look for those continuation trade, like this, like a counter trend trade on the daily, but on the floor, and more like of it's more like a continuation trade. So we can just look for stuff like that, and then to continue the bullish structure, which is what we have on the 4 hour time frame. So going down to the 15-minute time frame. So we have to do this. Okay. So here on the 15-minute time frame, we had, you can see that this was our last lower high. So price broke above this high here. We have price pulling back, respecting this zone here, like the demand zone. So price kind of like pulls back, respect this zone, and then we have the push up again. breaking this structure. Now we have a break in market structure that's telling us that price is bullish on the 15 minutes. And now we also have that range being respected and price pulling up to make a new higher high, confirming this newly formed 15 minutes bullish structure. But something happened here. Let me explain it over here. So when we have a structure like this, we say we're initially bearish, and then price kind of like breaks above this high. So we have a push up, price breaking this high. Now we've had a break of structure. So what we normally want to do before we can say that we are bullish because we've broken above this high, we formed a new demand range. We can't say for a fact that we are bullish right now. Yes, we've had a break of structure, but it's not really confirmed. So we need to see price pull back into this range again, respect the range, and then push up to make a new higher high. This is the only time we can say that we are confirmed bullish structure. And let me say in a situation where price, after we have like a confirmed structure, price kind of like pushes down, breaking this low again. Now we can say that we have like a break in that bullish structure that we are kind of like bearish, but it's not confirmed. So we can still take buys. Let me say we have some kind of unmitigated demand range from this previous range here. Yes, we've had a break of structure, but we can still take a buy somewhere down here. Now, this buy is more of like right, it's like a counter trend trade that's based on the let me say depend on no matter the time frame. Like I'm just using the 15 minutes for example. Now, let me say on the 15 minute now we've had this as some kind of break of structure, and we know that the confirmed structure is this bullish structure here. But then we have this break. We can take a buy somewhere here using our 1 minute confirmations and then just take our profit somewhere maybe in a refined supply zone here or maybe the extreme supply in the sense that we are trying to just take advantage of the pullback and also adding to the fact that we don't have a confirmed bearish structure yet, that we are still trading in line with the confirmed bullish structure. So that's what happened here on pound USD. So here we had that break of structure. We have confirmed bullish market structure, but then we had this break of structure. So you could still look for a buy from this supply zone, sorry, from this demand zone here, and then just take the buy and take your profits at this extreme supply here. Even if price continued upwards, you won't really know for a fact if price is going to continue upwards or downwards. So you just like trade what makes sense. Like you have to like be logical when you're trading. So the supply zone just take your profits. So here on the 15 minutes, let's look at this. So 15-minute time frame structure is also bullish, and the 4 hour structure is just I just turned bullish also. So not okay. We have break construction and then has some kind of realignment from here. So now the price is like in a push phase at the moment. So we want to see that 15 minutes pullback maybe into this zone here or this one or this zone here, just into anything within this daily supply zone. Sorry, this daily demand zone, and then we can look for that continuation. We can also say that the 15-minute time frame, that's here on the 15-minute time, that the current order flow in the market now is kind of like, let's say, bearish in the sense that we had this to be some kind of demand range, and then consider this like a demand range, and then price kind of like just disrespects the range and then pulls back into the. So we want to see that alignment between structure and order flow. That's we want to see some kind of bullish structure, bullish order flow. And then we can just continue taking the buys until price gets to maybe this zone here or a zone higher. So that will be it for pound USD. So going over to Euro USD. So here USD, we have like look at the price. So Euro USD daily time frame. So Euro USD has been really cheap for like so price has been like ranging within here for some time now. And this is the range I'm talking about here. This range here. And from my previous video, I say I wanted to see price push down lower, like I didn't really get that push down. Like we stayed within this range for like the whole of last week. Price only pushed above this range here until last week Friday. So we just stayed within this range like the whole week. But now we've had some kind of bullish shift in order flow based on the daily time frame. Yeah, there are some kind of bullish shift and that's from this break above this side here. And you can say that these are new range on the daily time frame. So you can look at some zones here. So it's either we are for the pullback parts, I'm looking at this range here to see if price will get to the range and then we can maybe look for some kind of sales, something like that. And then I also have like this zone here. I have like three zones that I'm looking at. That's why we give it time frame. So we can look at these three zones. This is a buy sell week. We have an engulfed candle here and then we also have an engulfed candle here. So size zones I'm looking at. And we can also look at this engulfed candle here. Also look at this engulfed candle here. So this is like maybe a zone or be interested in watching and seeing how price reacts to the zone. So going over to the 4 hour time frame, I think everything will be a lot clearer on the 4 hour time frame. So 4 hour um, we had this sweep of liquidity here, which I talked about in my previous video. On the last outlook video I did, and the sweep of liquidity here, we have 4 hour shifts in that flow. We have price pulling back, respecting the range, and then we have another push-up. So all we want to see is price pull back into this range, respect the range, and then we can look for some kind of confirmation trades that look some kind of confirmations for our entry, and then just take the trade up here. Like it's mainly about studying price and trying to understand what the structure of the market is. Because for me, I think that's like the most important, one of the most important aspects of trade. Not like it's the most important, but like one of them, like just understanding the structure of the market and then applying it to your trading. So let me I think that's it for Euro US. Like I don't really have much to say. You guys Sorry. I think my network is kind of bad, but I'm almost done. So, yeah. So here on the so here on the 15 minutes time frame, we have bullish market structure. Uh, this break here. This is not really like a break. This is not really like my last lower high. This is my last lower high here. Based on the 15 minutes, so you can see that we have this break here. Mm, this. So you can see that this was our break construction here, and regarding our range on the 15-minute time frame, you can see that this our range. That's from this low here, from this low here oh gosh, to this high up here. So this is like 15-minute range, and then we can take this as a single push here on the 15 minutes, and this being our entire range. So we just want to see price maybe pull back into this range, or maybe this supply zone here, just into, we just want to see price pull back to this range, and then we can look for some kind of buys to take out the high and then just continue the bullish structure on the 15 minutes. So I think that's it for Euro USD. So last week I think I took um, two trades. I think it's more than two trades, but there were only two winning trades. I took only two winning trades last week, and I did a trade recap for one of them. So I just wanted to just quickly talk about the other trade I took last week. That's the second trade I took. So what's it? And my network is somehow bad, so this does just somehow lagging, stuff like that. Yeah. So this was a trade I took last week Wednesday London session. Um, so here I was looking at sorry, my network is somehow bad, so you just have to I know, but so I was looking at this as some kind of break in market structure that's on the 15-minute time frame, in the sense that we have some kind of bearish market structure pushing down. So I took this as like as a single push, and this being my break construction, and then price pushed up. That's during London Open, breaking above this high. So I was basically looking for, when I had this break construction here. Oh my god. So when I had this break construction here, I was basically looking for a zone to look for buys from. So I had this zone here. So the main thing was, I wasn't trying to set a limit off of this zone, or maybe say that this is some kind of extreme demand or stuff like that. I didn't really want to start doing stuff like that, saying, okay, we have extreme demand, and if and when I start saying, okay, when I start considering this, oh my god. Sorry guys, as I said earlier, like my network is really messing up right now, but I'll just quickly round up the video. So we had this so I don't normally try to map out extreme supply zones and then start setting limits on them, like don't usually work as well because price can as well pull back into this also an extreme supply zone this week here. Price can pull back into that zone. Price can pull back into this one as well. Like there are so many extreme supply zones. So it's for me, I think it's way better when I just mark the whole range out and then just study the reactions from the range. I can like mark this out and say, okay, this is my supply range. Whenever price pulls back into this range, that's the only time I'll be interested in taking a buy. So I had this to be my zone, which is actually a very large zone. So when price pushed into the zone, I was looking at this as my last lower high. That's pulling back. So I consider this to be my last lower high. And then just the same thing, like just repeating the whole structural idea again, like we have break construction. That's from here. Price pulls back, respects the range, and then we have another break construction, set my limits here, and then I get tagged into the trade. It just moves right into this 15 minutes supply zone. So and if you watched this trade recap I did here, I think I talked about this particular range. Like I gave some kind of like say midweek outlook. That's after I uploaded this. Not after, like just immediately after the trade recap, I give some kind of outlook for what I'll be looking at going into London session. So this was like one of the zones I was interested in maybe taking sales from. So that was the reason why I only set my TP to this zone and that was how the trade went. I think that was 1:10. So that's it guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video and you found the video helpful. And yeah, bye for now and have a wonderful trading week. Bye.